rises. Kenya, a country of 49 million vibrant people, rises. Millions of workers in one of the largest economies in Africa set out to build the nation. These dedicated workers are the backbone of the vibrant Kenyan economy. They fix the parts that drive the nation. They knit the fabrics that dress the nation. They nurture the leaders of tomorrow, and so on. In order to ensure that these citizens work in befitting and enabling work environments, we have the State Department for Labor, a state department dedicated to safeguarding workers in Kenya. In order to deliver our mandate to millions of dedicated Kenyan workers, we have 5 key departments: the Labor Department, Directorate of Occupational Safety and Health Services, National Productivity and Competitiveness Center, Office of the Registrar of Trade Unions, and lastly, the Department of National Human Resource, Planning and Development. The Labor Department is responsible for labor and employment matters in the country. We promote harmonious industrial relations, promote rights at work, promote international labor standards, and also formulate labor and employment policies. As one of our core functions, the Labor Department deals with settlement of labor disputes by overseeing mediation and conciliation between workers, employers, and the government.
One of the challenges that we've had in the past in terms of labor relation is that the unions or employers go into court and tying a lot of decisions that takes sometimes inordinate period of time, which is not very facilitative. So we've come up with an alternative dispute resolution mechanism. I have created an ADR secretariat. I have further appointed prominent conciliators who are well-trained people who are in the labor force, both as an employer or in the unions. At the same time, also people with certain international educational standards as far as labor relations is concerned.
In order to ensure that there are good international labor relations, we have the International Labor Relations Desk in Geneva that assists Kenya to shape and oversee the implementation of the country's labor legislation and policy development in conformity with international labor standards. Also, we have established 3 labor attaché offices in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates and signed labor agreements with them to ensure protection of Kenyan workers working in the Gulf. Finally, we inspect workplaces and factories or offices to ensure compliance with labor laws and best practices. The Directorate of Occupational Safety and Health Services is the department that promotes health and safety of workers.
It is very, very important that at the end of the day we make sure that when everyone works in industry, the state of work is very, very safe, so that the downtime or the productivity time of a worker is not interfered with.
Under this department, over 65,268 workers have been trained in safety and health, fire safety, and first aid at work. 89,036 hazardous industrial plants have been tested, and also 10,778 work injury benefits claims have been processed. Thirdly, there is the National Productivity and Competitiveness Center, a department that oversees productivity and competitiveness management. We enhance national competitiveness, promote productivity improvement, promote worker innovativeness and innovation management, and develop national capacity in productivity management.
For us to ensure that we grow the economy of this country, we have to ensure that there is productivity systems and competitiveness that are put in place in the industry. And ours as a ministry is to ensure that people in industry or workers in industry are trained. Statistics are very, very clear that if productivity is not adhered to, at the end of the day, the growth of the economy will be very, very slow.
Then, the Office of the Registrar of Trade Unions.
We have to register the trade unions to ensure that they are working within a certain framework of law, so that when they are negotiating their CBAs, they are negotiating with their employees and employers, they are doing that within a prescribed law.
Lastly, we have the National Human Resource, Planning and Development.
This is the department that looks at the kind of work that exists in this country. And then they also map out to understand whether we have the data so that a prospective employee can be able to at a click of a button, know what kind of job market requirements are. If it is, for example, electrical engineering, they can be able to know the numbers, and therefore, as they even organize to go for training, they can be able to realize and see the kind of jobs that are available for their prospective trainings that they intend to take.
These 5 departments work hand in hand to keep the wheels of the Kenyan economy moving forward towards the realization of Vision 2030 and the attainment of the Big Four agenda by mapping available skills against available jobs, creating of workplace peace by ensuring good labor relations, ensuring safe working environments, enhancing productivity, and many more.
If you look at also the President 4 agenda of enhanced manufacturing, food and nutrition security, aspect of housing, universal healthcare, labor is considered as a critical enabler for the performance and realization of this Big Four agenda.
We are also responsible for some key government agencies such as the National Social Security Fund, NSSF, the National Employment Authority, and the National Industrial Training Authority, NITA, an institution keen on fostering lasting relationships with training providers to transform Kenya's skills landscape.
A productive labor force and a motivated labor force, a skilled labor force, has the potential to turn around the state of the economy and give opportunity to the country to prosper with a view of giving many people an opportunity to get jobs.
We work round the clock to ensure Kenyans earn a decent living in an enabling environment for a better future and a brighter Kenya. The State Department for Labor.